This is Berry TV, where the truth is always in the headline. We'll take you around the world in 5 minutes, so let's get into today's top stories.
A critical maritime choke point as tensions surge dangerously close to open conflict. Military movements, warning shots, and escalating rhetoric, this is no longer a distant standoff. It's a flashpoint with global consequences. Naval forces have increased their presence in one of the world's most strategically vital shipping corridors. This route handles a massive portion of global oil supply, and any disruption sends shockwaves worldwide. Officials confirm a confrontation involving armed vessels and commercial shipping. While no full-scale engagement has been declared, warning fire and aggressive maneuvers signal a rapidly deteriorating situation. Governments are urging restraint, but military readiness levels have been elevated. Insurance rates for cargo ships are already spiking, and some companies are rerouting vessels entirely. This isn't just a regional issue, it's an economic trigger point. Energy markets are reacting, and analysts warn that even a temporary disruption could drive oil prices sharply higher. Experts say the next 48 hours are critical. One miscalculation could escalate this into a broader conflict involving multiple global powers. And as tensions rise, the question becomes, is this a show of force or the beginning of something far more dangerous? Markets around the world are flashing warning signs tonight: sharp swings, investor panic, and growing fears of instability. Major indices have posted significant volatility, driven by geopolitical tensions and economic uncertainty. Investors are pulling back from risk, shifting capital into safer assets. Central banks are under pressure, balancing inflation concerns against slowing growth. Meanwhile, currency fluctuations are adding another layer of unpredictability. If instability continues, this could trigger a broader economic slowdown. Businesses, consumers, and governments are all bracing for impact. Extreme weather is no longer isolated, it's global, simultaneous, and intensifying. Severe storms, heat waves, and wildfires are hitting multiple regions at once. Authorities are evacuating communities and battling infrastructure damage. This is accelerating conversations around climate resilience and exposing how unprepared many systems still are. Europe just made one of its boldest financial moves since the war began, and it could reshape the balance of power in Eastern Europe overnight. The European Union has approved a massive $90 billion support package for Ukraine. This includes military funding, infrastructure support, and economic stabilization. Alongside this, the EU has pushed through a new wave of sanctions targeting Russia, its 20th round since the conflict escalated. The decision comes after months of internal disagreements, particularly from Hungary, which had delayed the deal. This isn't just aid, it's a signal. Europe is doubling down, and that raises the stakes significantly. Analysts say this could prolong the war while increasing pressure on Russia's economy. The big question now, will this force negotiations or fuel further escalation? The political ground is shifting fast in Washington, and the numbers are starting to tell a different story. Support for President Donald Trump is slipping sharply amid criticism over war strategy and rising costs of living. Approval ratings have dropped into the mid-30s, with even key allies distancing themselves. Fuel prices tied to global tensions are driving domestic frustration, and it's hitting politically. If this trend continues, it could reshape U.S. foreign policy direction mid-conflict. And with elections approaching, global allies are watching closely, because leadership stability in Washington directly impacts international strategy. A fragile ceasefire is showing cracks tonight, and the consequences are already deadly. An Israeli airstrike has killed multiple individuals, including a journalist, sparking outrage across the region. Lebanon has accused Israel of deliberate targeting, further escalating tensions. This comes amid ongoing instability tied to the broader regional conflict. This risks opening a second front in an already volatile region. Experts warn, if this escalates further, it could pull more nations into direct confrontation.
That is your short and detailed look at the top stories around the globe today. For continuous coverage and breaking updates, keep it right here on Berry TV. Thank you for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss a thing. Have an amazing day.